see the numericals on law of parallelogram of forces. Let me do the setup first. So we will solve some numericals based on that. Okay. So now we have seen what is the law of parallelogram of forces. So before moving further, let me know the screen is visible to all and my voice is loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have already seen how to find out the resultant. And to find out the resultant, if two forces are there, then we can go for law of parallelogram of forces as well as law of triangle of forces. And if the multiple forces are there, then we can use the law of polygon. These three up till now we have studied. Now today what we will do, we will look for the numericals on the law of parallelogram of forces. We will take 3-4 numericals on that so that you will get familiar with that. And then after that, if time is remaining, then we will see how to find out the analytically the resultant of number of forces when the number of forces are acting on the system. Now law of parallelogram is only for the two forces. Remember this. Whenever two forces are acting on the body, then and then only we can use the law of parallelogram of forces. If the multiple forces are acting on the body, then to analyze that by using graphical method, we can use law of polygon. Okay, law of polygon we can use. But to do the calculations and for the analytical method, that we have not seen yet. So today, if the time permits, then we will go for that also. So now we will begin with our numericals. So first of all, before going to the numerical, let us brush up the formula. So according to law of parallelogram of forces, what is the formula to find out the resultant? R is equal to under root, it is p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Okay. Where p is the magnitude of one of the force, q is the magnitude of another force. Okay, p and q है दोन काय forces आहेत. In some books they have no use the notation f1 and f2. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You can use pq, you can use f1, f2, you can use ab, whatever it may be. Okay, cos theta. Theta is the angle between the two forces. Okay, P and Q. See here, these are our forces. If I draw the diagram, see this is our force P, and our next force is this force. This is our force Q. Okay, so this is our force P. This is force Q, and the angle between them is theta. And after that, what we do, we complete this parallelogram like this. If we extend it, and we extend here also, and it will meet somewhere here. Okay, at this point, you can imagine it is meeting. And now, when we join the line, when we join this line, so this is our resultant. This line is nothing but our resultant R, resultant of these two forces P and Q. And whatever this angle of resultant with this horizontal, that is nothing but alpha. So R represents the magnitude of the resultant, alpha represents the direction of the resultant. And what is the formula for alpha? So if I write here tan alpha, so tan alpha is equal to, here it is q sine theta divided by p plus q cos theta. This is our formula to find out the alpha. So when you use tan inverse to find out the alpha, if you use tan inverse, you will get the value of alpha. Also, we have seen when the value of R is maximum, when the value of resultant is maximum, when the value of resultant is minimum. So it depends upon the value of cos theta. We have also seen that when the maximum value of cos theta is 1, when the cos theta is reached to its maximum value, your resultant will reach to its maximum value, R max. And the minimum value of cos theta is -1. So when the cos theta is reached to its minimum value, that is -1, then your resultant will be minimum, R minimum. Resultant will reach to minimum value. Okay. So with this little bit brush up, now we will start with our numerical. So I will write the problem now. Find here find the angle between two forces. Just a minute. Find the angle between two forces of magnitude 120 Newton each, such that their resultant is 60 Newton. Their resultant is 60 Newton, comma. Also find the direction. Also find the direction of the resultant. Now, if you read the problem carefully, then we can write from the numerical the given data, what is given to us. So here find the angle between the two forces of magnitude 120 Newton each manlele. So here they have told us each force is of 120 Newton. So your value of P is 120 Newton, value of Q is also 120 Newton. Both the forces are having same magnitude, 120 Newton. Then they told us further such that the resultant is 60 Newton. So the value of resultant is also given to you. So the value of R ची value किती दिली तुम्हाला? R is given to you as a 60 Newton. Then further they told us, so first find the angle between the two forces. So find the angle between the forces. So angle between the forces is theta. So we need to find out theta first. And then also they further told us find the direction of the resultant. So direction of the resultant means this angle alpha. So angle between the forces is theta, and direction of resultant means alpha. So we need to find out what is the value of theta and what is the value of alpha. So let us see that how to solve this numerical. So here I will write the given data first. So the given data is P is given as P is equal to 120 Newton. P is equal to 120 Newton. Then Q is also given. It is also 120 Newton. Then R is also given. It is 60 Newton. We need to find out what is the value of theta, and we need to find out what is the value of alpha. So for this purpose, now we will use our formula, law of parallelogram of forces. We know that R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta. Plus 2PQ cos of theta. So here you can see we want the value of theta. So we have to reshuffle this formula so that on left hand side we will only keep theta, and rest of the terms we will send to right hand side. So what I will do here, I will square both sides. So I will write squaring both the sides. Squaring both the sides. So if I do square of both the sides, then R square, and the square root will get cancelled with the square. So it will remain P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta. Okay. Now if I send this P square and Q square to the left hand side, then what do I will get? So it will be R square minus P square minus Q square. So what will remain over here? 2PQ cos theta. So I will send this 2PQ to left hand side again. So it is 2PQ, which is equal to cos theta. Right? So now just we need to put the values. We know the value of R, we know the value of P, we know the value of Q. So just put the values. So if you put the value over here, so it is R square is 60 square minus P square is 120 square minus Q square is again 120 square whole divided by 2PQ, 2 into P is 120, Q is also 120. So this will give you the value of cos theta. So let me know the answer. Cos theta is equal to what value you get? I am asking the value of cos theta. Find out the value of cos theta. Solve करा ना याला. So 60 square is 3600 minus 120 square is 144. 12 चा square 144 असतोय. So 14400 minus again 14400 divided by 120 into 120 म्हणजे परत 144 आलं. 144 into 2 228. So 288 sorry 28800. Oral calculation is there. Calculator is also not required. So now therefore cos of theta is equal to, do the calculation now. Calculator is there with you. Do it and let me know the value.
$8.75.
8.75.
Oh,
ओके 8.75 cos theta ची व्हॅल्यू कशी येईल? cos theta ची मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू किती असती? +1. cos theta ची मिनिमम व्हॅल्यू किती असती? -1. तुमचा आन्सर -1 ते +1 च्या मध्येच यायला पाहिजे. इफ यू आर गेटिंग द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ cos theta 8 point something then it is totally wrong.
Sir,
0.8 minus 0.8.
-0.8.
8
पुढं काय डिजिट नाही आले का?
815.
875. Now this is correct value. ओके सो 1 to 1 च्या ह्याच्यामध्ये काय करायला पाहिजे? तिची व्हॅल्यू त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त 8.7 वगैरे व्हॅल्यू कधी येणार नाही cos theta ची, लक्षात ठेवा. ओके नाउ फॉर थीटा therefore theta is equal to, now it is cos inverse of minus 0.875. to do it now, therefore theta is equal to, what is the answer of this theta? Let me know the answer fast.
151.04.
Okay, so it is 151.04 degree. This is the answer. So this is the answer for theta. This is our answer for theta. Now we need to find out what is alpha. So to find out the alpha, we will use our another formula. Our formula is tan of alpha is equal to, here in the bracket, q sine theta divided by p plus q cos theta. Now just you need to put the values. Now you know the value of theta, so put that value. So therefore tan of alpha is equal to, here in the bracket I can write q sine theta. So value of q is 120 into sine of theta. Theta is 151.04 degree divided by p is again 120 plus q is again 120 cos of 151.04 degree. So if you solve this, you will get the answer. So therefore, tan alpha is equal to कॅल्क्युलेटर आहे ना सगळ्यांकडे कॅल्क्युलेशन करा कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती मला आन्सर सांगा. So here in that calculator everything is there, sine, cos, tan, whatever you want, everything is there. So just you have to do the calculation and you have to tell me the answer. So your numerator, I think if you solve this, it works out to be somewhat 58.103. Check the calculation. Whatever I am writing, it is right or wrong. Okay. Sometimes in the calculation mistakes may happen. So please check. Always do the cross checking. 120 cos. So here it is 15, I think. Please check it whether I have written the corrected values or some correction is there.
Correct, sir.
Okay. So this works out to be 3.87 something.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So therefore now alpha is equal to tan inverse of this. Tan inverse of 3.87. So your final answer, alpha is equal to. Do the
75.060.
75.51
51.
degree. Okay. So this is your final answer, alpha. So have you now got the idea? So two forces are there. P is 120 kilonewton. P is 120. Q is this force. Q is 120, and the resultant R is 60. So the angle between P and Q we have found out it is 151. Okay, angle between P and Q it is 151, and alpha is how much? 75. Okay. So this is the thing. In this way, you need to solve the numerical. Is it clear? Anybody is having any doubt in this numerical? Any question if you want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay, so we will move further now. We will take the second example. If you understood this, then it is very good. We will go for second example. So now this is like a derived type example. So I will take this. Find the angle between two equal forces P. Find the angle between two equal forces P if their resultant is P by 2. Full stop. Problem is over. Okay, just one line problem is there. Find the angle between the two forces P if their resultant is P by 2. So they have told you to find out the angle. So how do we do that then? We will write the given data first. So what is the given data? So here first force P, that is equal to P. Okay, two equal forces P म्हणलेले त्यांनी. So Q is also P. Then your resultant R is nothing but it is P by 2. They have given us. And they ask us what is theta? What is the value of theta? So that we need to find out. So we will go by our formula. So what is our formula? R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. This is our formula. So now squaring both the sides. Squaring both the sides. Now if I square both the sides, then I will get R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Now same thing will be there. I want cos theta, so I will keep cos theta on one of the side and I will shift the other terms. Okay, so before shifting I will put the values. So here R is nothing but R is P by 2. So I will write here instead of R, P by 2 square is equal to P as it is, P square. So Q square means again it is P square plus here it is 2 into P into Q means again P and cos of theta. So if you simplify this, then what we will get? On the left hand side it will be P square by 4, which is equal to, what is here? P square plus P square. So it will become 2P square. So P square plus P square is 2P square plus, here if you again see, it is 2 as it is there. Here I want to tell you here 2, it is as it is, it will remain as it is. P into P, it is again P square. So it will become again 2P square, these terms. It will become 2P square cos theta. So I will write over here plus 2P square cos theta. Now take 2P square common from these terms. So it is P square by 4, which is equal to 2P square in bracket. What will remain? 1 plus cos theta. 1 plus cos theta. I hope now you know the mathematics very well. Okay, I am taking common and all those things you have already studied in maths. So here now you can do the calculation. So this P square and P square will get cancelled. So if I cancel the terms, then you can see this P square and this P square will get cancelled. Then these two, it is on the numerator side. If I shift to that side, it will go to the numerator, denominator. So if I write the term again, so it will be 1 by 8, which is equal to 1 plus cos theta. 1 plus cos theta. So therefore, cos theta is equal to 1 by 8 minus 1. So if I shift that 1 to that side, so it will become minus 1. So 1 by 8 minus 1. So therefore, cos of theta is equal to किती येणार याला? 8 1 is 8 1 minus 7 by 8. Good. So it is minus 7 by 8. So now finally, if you solve, you will get the value of theta. So therefore, theta is equal to cos inverse of minus 7 by 8. So after solving this, you will get the value of theta.
151.04.
151.04. Correct answer. 151.04. Okay. You should get the same answer because here what they have told us, P and Q are having equal values and resultant is equal to P by 2. So if you look at the previous problem, in the previous problem the value of P was आधीच्या problem बद्दल बोलतोय बरं का आता. So previous problem, if you see, the value of P is 120, value of Q is also 120, and resultant is P by 2, that is 60. Resultant तुम्हाला 120 by 2 दिला होता ना 60. So you have got the same value of theta 151.04. So this is the same problem, but here they have not given you the values. They have told us in terms of P and Q, and you have to solve this, and still you will get the same answer. Okay, and still you will get the same answer. Further, you can also solve the problem to calculate alpha also. So you can calculate the value of alpha also. That is your homework. So now in the first problem, I have told you how to calculate the alpha. You know the formula. Now you know the value of theta. You know the value of P. You have to take P as it is. Q means P. The value of Q is P. And the value of theta already 151.04. So from this, you can calculate the value of alpha also. So that alpha, write it down below this. Calculate the value of alpha and write in front of that homework. And tomorrow you have to tell me what is the value of alpha you got. Okay, whether you got one equation or whether you got the value of alpha, that you need to tell me. Okay. So moving to the next numerical. So I will write here, determine the maximum and minimum resultant of two forces having magnitude 10 Newton and 8 Newton respectively. Okay. So two forces are given to you. So I will write the given data first. Two forces are given to me. So first force P is equal to how much? 10 Newton. Q is equal to how much? It is 8 Newton. And what they have asked us? R max. What is the value of R max? And what is the value of R minimum? So very simple and straightforward problem. So these types of problems can be asked for the MCQ also. Whatever problem right now, whatever I have written on the board. So you can make this problem as a star and you can write in front of their MCQ. So this type of simple problems can also ask for the MCQ. Now how this problem is simple? So you want to calculate the R max. So to calculate the R max, you know what is the maximum value of cos theta? It is 1. So in the formula you can keep that cos theta is equal to 1, or you know that R max is equal to what? It is P plus Q. We have seen already. I have given you while deriving this formula. I have given you that also. And what is the minimum value of resultant R minimum? It is P minus Q. So orally you can find out the answer. So R max is equal to 10 plus 8, 18. R minimum is equal to 10 minus 8, that is 2. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So star mark this problem. This problem can be also asked in the MCQs, this type of problems also. So here I will write for R max, the value of cos theta should be 1. The value of cos theta is equal to 1. Okay. So therefore, R max is equal to, now if here we are solving the problem, so I am writing each and every step. Okay. But if it is asked in MCQ, you can do it directly. So R max is equal to under root the P square plus Q square plus 2PQ into, instead of cos theta, I will write multiply by 1. multiply by 1. So here R max is equal to under root. So this is now p square plus q square plus 2pq. So this is p plus q bracket square. This is the expansion of p plus q bracket square. So therefore R max, that is maximum resultant, square and square root will cancel each other. So it will remain p plus q. So which is equal to p is 10, q is 8. So which is equal to 18 Newton. This is equal to 18 Newton. Okay. And similarly, we can find out R minimum. So for R minimum, now I will write here directly. R minimum is equal to under root p square plus q square plus 2pq into cos theta is minus 1. Cos theta is minus 1. So here your R minimum will be under root p square plus q square minus 2pq. Minus 2pq. So therefore it is equal to under root, this is the expansion of p minus q bracket square. Okay, under root p minus q bracket square. So your R minimum is equal to p minus q, which is equal to 10 minus 8, which is equal to 2 Newton. So these are your answers. These are your answers. Anybody having any doubt in this numerical? We have solved up till now 3 numericals, 3 examples. Okay. So anybody is having any doubt? Yes, no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now I will write 4th example and I will give you some time and you have to solve that example and you have to tell me the answer. And if you are not able to solve it, then I am going to solve it on the board. So now try to solve it by yourself. So the 4th example is here the sum of the two forces, the sum of the two forces is 9 Newton, comma, their resultant which is perpendicular to smaller force is of 6 Newton. Full stop. Find the magnitude of the forces. Find the magnitude of the forces. Now I am not going to write anything. You have to read the problem. You should write given data. If you won't understand, try to draw the diagram, how it will look like, and then try to solve it. So your time starts now. At least tell me how the diagram will look like, or if you draw the diagram, if you want to show, I will allow you to share the screen. You can show me. And also, don't take much more of time. If you are unable to solve, then tell me. I will tell you how to solve it. But try yourself first. Are you able to imagine how the diagram will be, how the parallelogram will be? Anybody can tell me, are you able to imagine that, how it will be? If you read it, the sum of the two forces is 9 Newton. So sum is given to you. It means that P plus Q is 9. P plus Q is equal to 9. It is given in the numerical. In the first line, they told us sum of two forces is 9 Newton. So P plus Q is equal to 9. First, this is your first equation. Then what they have told us further, their resultant, which is perpendicular to smaller force, is 6 Newton. So let us assume that any of the force is smaller. Let us assume that P is smaller than Q. I don't know who is smaller and who is greater. But to solve the problem, if I assume that P is lesser than Q, then the resultant force is perpendicular to P. So the resultant, the angle between the R, resultant force, and P is 90 degree. And its magnitude is also given. The resultant is of 6 Newton. And then they have asked you to find out the magnitudes of forces P and Q. Now I have explained you the numerical. Are you able to imagine the diagram? What will be the diagram of that parallelogram? How it will look like? Yes, no? Can you tell me something? Okay, so enough time you have taken? No, okay. Okay, so I will solve this for you. So now see how to think on the problem. So first three problems I have taken easy, very easy, only just you need to put the values in the formulas. Now here you should think how I can apply this formula. So before moving to the problem, let me ask you some basic questions from mathematics. I will put here two fractions in front of you. You should tell me the answer of those fractions. First is 0 by 1. What is the answer? And 1 divided by 0. What is the answer? 0 by 1. What is the answer? 0 by 1 is 0. Okay. And 1 divided by 0?
Infinity.
This is infinity. Okay. म्हणजे आता बघा मी ह्याला दुसऱ्या भाषेत सांगतो. Now we are interested in this. Okay. Here you can look this. 1 divided by 0 is infinity. So I can say that whenever I got the answer as a infinity, I can say that the denominator is 0. Are you getting my point? Whenever I am getting answer infinity, anywhere, if I get the answer infinity, then I can say that the denominator is 0. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
समजतंय? मराठीत एकदा सांगतो. 1/0 आता मी इथं फ्रॅक्शन लिहिला, तुम्ही मला उत्तर सांगितलं इन्फिनिटी. उत्तर तुमचं करेक्ट आहे. मग आता ह्याला मी उलटा असं म्हणू शकतो का, की जेव्हा जेव्हा मला इन्फिनिटी हे आन्सर मिळणार आहे, इट इज इनफायनाइट, त्यावेळेला माझा डिनॉमिनेटर किती असायला पाहिजे, खालचा डिनॉमिनेटर हा 0 असायला पाहिजे. जर डिनॉमिनेटर 0 झाला तरच मला आन्सर इन्फिनिटी मिळणार आहे. अदरवाइज आय विल नॉट गेट द आन्सर इन्फिनिटी. ओके, so that is what I am trying to tell you. So remember this also required in mathematics also. Okay, so now we will move to our numerical. So I will erase this. Now you will come to know why I have asked you this question. So now see, now come back to the numerical. Here the sum of two forces is 9 Newton. So I will write here my first force is P, my second force is Q. So P plus Q is equal to 9 Newton. I will write this as my equation number 1. It is given. I am writing here. This is given. This is given in the numerical. बनाने आपण काही घेत नाहीये. So next is the resultant which is perpendicular to the smaller force is of 6 Newton. So the resultant value is also given 6 Newton. The resultant is 6 Newton. आता बघा, आपल्याला माहित नाही पी स्मॉलर आहे का क्यू स्मॉलर आहे, कोण स्मॉलर आहे आपल्याला काय माहितीये का, काय माहित नाही. सो आय विल अज्युम दॅट पी इज स्मॉलर दॅन क्यू. व्हॉट आय एम अज्युमिंग, पी इज स्मॉलर दॅन क्यू. आय विल राईट हिअर assume P is less than Q. Just I have assumed. So now I will try to draw the diagram. So here you can see this is my force P. This is the force P. Now they have told me that the resultant is perpendicular to the smaller force. My smaller force is P. So if I draw the resultant now, so my resultant is perpendicular to smaller force. So my resultant will be like this. My resultant will be like this. This is the R resultant. This is my resultant R. So I will write here R is equal to how much? So instead of writing here, this is my 6 Newton resultant R, and this angle is 90 degree. From where we have taken this angle, they have mentioned it is perpendicular. Now I will complete the parallelogram. Now if I join the two sides of the parallelogram, then my parallelogram will look like this. I will join it. So it is like this one. This. And the same parallel line I should draw so that I will get my force Q. So this will be the parallelogram. Okay. And now I can join. So this is the parallelogram. So this is your force Q. This is the force Q. This is the force Q. And R is given to you as a 6 Newton. This is R, which is given to you as a 6 Newton. So this type of diagram is given to you. Okay. And they have asked you now, what is the value of this P and what is the value of this Q? Now are you getting? असा पण असू शकतो ना पॅरलेलोग्राम. नेहमी काय तुम्ही जसं ड्रॉ करता तसं थोडीच यायला पाहिजे. Okay, this is also parallelogram. What is the definition of the parallelogram? Out of the four sides, two sides must be parallel to each other. That is the only thing in the parallelogram. Okay. If the corner angles of the parallelogram, if we make the corner angles of parallelogram of 90 degree, then it will become rectangle. Sorry. Okay. So this is the parallelogram. Any difficulty in understanding this? Any doubt? Shall we move further?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Still, once again, I will explain to you. The sum of the two forces is 9 Newton. So I have written here P plus Q is equal to 9 Newton. The resultant is 6 Newton. They have told us we have taken resultant as 6 Newton. The condition what they have told us, the resultant which is perpendicular to the smaller force. So the resultant is perpendicular to smaller force. So out of this P and Q, I don't know who is smaller and who is greater. So I have assumed that P is smaller. You can also assume Q is smaller. So instead of P, you can write here Q. Instead of Q, you can write here P. Whatever you want, you can assume. So here I have assumed P is less than Q. So first of all, what I have done, I have drawn this force P. Then the information about resultant is with me. I don't know what is the angle theta. Theta तुम्हाला दिलाय का प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये? दिलेला नाहीये. Angle between P and Q तुम्हाला दिलेलाच नाहीये. So you cannot able to draw the Q directly here. So but they have told us the additional information that resultant is perpendicular to smaller force. म्हणून मग मी काय केलं, या smaller force ला एक perpendicular resultant draw केलं. Okay, so this is the resultant, and you know that the resultant means it is diagonal of the parallelogram. Resultant is nothing but it is the diagonal of the parallelogram. So I have drawn the another side of parallelogram. This is my force Q, and to this I have drawn the another line. This is Q. These two lines represents the force Q. These two lines represents the force P, and this is their resultant. And this angle is 90 degree as per it is mentioned in the numerical. So now let us see further how to solve this. So I have got one equation now, P plus Q is equal to 90 degree. Now I know the formula. Tan of alpha is equal to Q sine theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. This formula I know. Okay, but what they have given? Alpha is 90 degree. Alpha is 90 degree. Alpha is the angle between the resultant force and P. Na? So this angle, this 90 degree angle is nothing but this is alpha. Alpha is given to us as 90 degree. Okay. So put that value over there. So if I put the value here, then tan of 90 degree is equal to Q sine theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. So tan 90, how much? What is the answer for tan 90? Do it on the calculator and let me know what calculator shows to you. Tan 90 केल्यावर काय सांगते calculator?
Infinity.
Calculator तुम्हाला infinity सांगते का? माझ्या तर कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती मॅथ एरर दाखवतोय बाबा. tan 90 जर काढायला गेलं तर tan of 90 degree मॅथ एरर सांगते ना. Okay, so tan of 90 is infinity. How it is infinity? If you are not able to solve it on the calculator, then you can do that. Tan 90 means it is sin 90 upon cos 90. So sin 90 is 1, cos 90 is 0. So this is 1 by 0. So for anything, if you divide it by 0, you will get the answer as infinity. So here I can write infinity is equal to Q sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta. आता मी तुम्हाला जे प्रॉब्लेम सुरुवात करायच्या पहिल्यांदा लॉजिक सांगितलं होतं 1 by 0. ओके, अँड 0 by 1 घेऊन ते लॉजिक इथं अप्लाय करा. सो यू कॅन सी हिअर. Now apply that logic over here. Now I am getting the answer as infinity. When I will get the answer as infinity? What is the condition?
Denominator is 0.
Okay. So you will always get the answer as infinity when your denominator is 0. So this is my denominator now. So this is my denominator. P plus Q cos theta is my denominator. I am getting the answer as infinity. So when do I get this answer as infinity? When this denominator is 0. Okay. So therefore I can equate this denominator to 0. So P plus Q cos theta must be equal to 0. If the P plus Q cos theta is 0, then and then only this answer is infinity. Then and then only this answer is infinity. Okay. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can write it for your reference. कुठेतरी वहीवरती लिहून ठेवा. When the denominator is 0, then and then only we get the answer as infinity. म्हणजे नंतर अभ्यास करताना तुमच्या लक्षात येईल. Roll number 54, Avinash. What are you doing on the screen? तर तुम्ही काय लहान मुलं आहेत का रे आता असल्या गोष्टी सांगायला तुम्हाला? हा,
सॉरी सर, ती स्क्रीन ही होती
इरेज दॅट.
सर, ते मोबाईलचा डिस्प्ले गेलता, ते होते स्क्रीन हलती, ते ऑटोमॅटिक टच होते.
Okay, so I will write here once again. So now infinity we are getting the answer. Here it is q sine theta divided by p plus q cos theta. So now when do we get the infinity as the answer? When our denominator is 0. So therefore we can equate q plus q cos theta is equal to 0. Now if I send the p to that side, then I will get q cos theta is equal to minus p. So this is my equation number 2. This is my equation number 2. Equation number 1 ka hai? P plus q is equal to 9. That is our equation number 1. So now I will use the formula of the resultant. So R is equal to under root p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta plus 2pq cos theta. This is R. So here you can see the term. Here you can see this term q cos theta. So from equation number 2 we can put q cos theta is equal to minus p. So I will put that. Okay, so first I will square. So r square is equal to, it will become p square plus q square plus 2p q cos theta. Okay, so from equation number 2, from equation 2 we can put r square is equal to p square plus q square. Okay, p square plus q square plus 2p, and q cos theta is minus p. So therefore r square is equal to, it is p square plus q square minus 2p square, minus 2p square. So minus 2p square plus p square. So here it is r square is equal to q square minus p square. It is q square minus p square. Okay, so q square minus p square means what? It is r square. If I put the value, r is 6, so it is 36 is equal to q square minus p square. I have written directly here 36. r ची value 6 आहे, r चा square केला तर काय येईल? 36 येईल. Okay, so here you can expand this, a square minus b square. What is the formula? Here your a is q and b is p. So a square minus b square is a plus b, a minus b. So I will write here 36 is equal to a plus b. So q plus p and q minus p. Okay, but from equation number 1, what does our equation 1 says? P plus q is 9. So we can put that value over here. Here q plus p and p plus q, one and the same thing. So here I can write 36 is equal to 9 into q minus p. This is from equation 1. From equation 1. So if I do the calculation, then it will be 9 ones are 9, 9 fours are 36. 4 च्या पाड्यामध्ये येत आहे. So what is the equation you get? So q minus p is equal to 4. So finally I got here q minus p is equal to 4. This is my equation number how much? Equation number 3rd. Okay, so now you are having two equations. Solve those two equations. So solving equation 1 and equation 3. So what is your equation 1? Your equation 1 is p plus q is equal to 9. So I will write in that way, q plus p is equal to 9. This is my equation 1. Addition आहे त्याच्यामुळे कसंही लिहा, काय फरक नाही पडत. And fourth equation is q minus p is equal to 4. So if I add these two equations, then this plus p and minus p will get cancelled. what I will get? Q plus Q is 2Q. So 2Q is equal to 9 plus 4, it is 13. 2Q is equal to 13. So therefore Q is equal to, it is 13 by 2, which is equal to 6.5 Newton. So Q is equal to 6.5 Newton. Now put value of Q in one of the equation, either in equation 3 or in equation 1. You will get the value of P. Okay. So here, therefore, now P plus Q. So P plus 6.5 is equal to 9. P plus Q is equal to 9 is your equation 1. Now therefore, P is equal to 9 minus 6.5. So therefore, P is equal to how much? P is equal to 3.5 Newton. P is equal to 3.5 Newton. So this is the answer. P is equal to 3.5 Newton and Q is equal to 6.5 Newton. So these are your final answers to this question.
2.5.
Tyler, 2.5. Okay, correct. Okay, sorry. So 2.5. Right. Okay, I will make the correction. 2.5 Newton. Correct. So your P is 2.5 Newton and your Q is 6.9 Newton. Okay. So now for today's lecture, we will stop over here. In the next lecture, we will take the analytical method, how to calculate the resultant. आता आपण इथे resultant and त्याच्याशी related problem discuss केले. Now we have discussed those problems, but it is based on the law of parallelogram of forces. And it is based on the resultant of the two forces. Only two forces are given. And we have calculated the resultant, or we have calculated the theta, or we calculate the alpha. Based on the numerical, we have done the things. Now in the next lecture, we will see when the number of forces are acting on the body, then how to analytically find out the resultant of those two forces. So those forces, so those types of examples we will take in the next lecture. Okay. So today we will stop over here. So just a minute, I will take your attendance. Okay, now today is the date.
Hello, sir.
23 December.
Number 10 दावा ना sir.
23rd December 21. Then EM lecture. That is what is the timing? 11 to 12. Absent numbers. So what is your last roll number? 62 or 63?
63, sir.
When the 63 roll number is added, I am having the list of only 62 roll numbers. You have added later on, or you are there from the start of the lecture? First lecture. Late admission. Okay. So when you have been allotted with the roll number, on which date?
63, sir. अजय गायकवाड.
No. 63 is your roll number. तो तुम्हाला कधी मिळाला? कुठल्या तारखेपासून तुम्ही लेक्चर अटेंड करताय?
13 तारखेपासून, सर.
13 तारखेपासून. मग our last lecture is on which date? All of others. Now today is 23 ना? My last lecture was?
नाही सर 20 तारखेपासून 20.
मग असं नीट सांगत जावं, माझ्याकडे अटेंडन्सचा परफेक्ट रेकॉर्ड असते. 63 roll number you have started attending from 20 December 21. Start attending. So your admission is late admission. Late admission. Okay. So now start the roll number. Roll number 1.
Present.
2.
Present, sir.
3.
Present, sir.
4.
Present, sir.
5.
Present, sir.
6.
Present, sir.
7.
Present, sir.
8.
Present, sir.
9.
Present, sir.
10.
Present, sir.
11.
Present, sir.
12.
Present, sir.
13.
Present, sir.
14,
Present, sir.
15,
Present, sir.
16,
Present, sir.
17,
Present, sir.
18. Roll number 18, 19,
Present, sir.
20,
Present, sir.
21,
Present, sir.
22,
Present, sir.
23, 23, 24,
Present, sir.
25, 25,
Present, sir.
26,
Present, sir.
27,
Present, sir.
28, 29,
Present, sir.
30,
Present, sir.
31,
Present, sir.
32, 33,
Present, sir.
34, 35,
Present, sir.
36,
Present.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
Present.
39,
Present, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
41,
Present, sir.
42,
Present, sir.
43,
Present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45,
Present, sir.
46, 47, 46 is present. Okay. 47, 48,
Present, sir.
49, 50,
Present, sir.
51,
Present, sir.
52,
Present, sir.
53, 54,
Present, sir.
55,
Present, sir.
56, 57,
Present, sir.
58, 59, 60,
Present, sir.
61, 62, 63.
Present, sir.
Okay, roll number 34 I have noted down. You are present. So now absent roll numbers I will tell you once again. Roll number 18, 23, 32, 47, 49, 56, 58, 59, 61, 62. So these are the absent roll numbers. Out of these roll numbers, anybody is present? Okay. So tomorrow's lecture we are going to see the further part. Okay. Thank you.